Hello and welcome back to the Hawks Nest for this second game of our doubleheader on this wonderful Wednesday, November 27th. I'm Will Shukri, joined here by my broadcast partner, Matt Hamill, sitting to my right. And tonight it's the Humber Hawks and the Conestoga Condors, the top two teams in the OCAA West. Of course, Humber still undefeated, sitting at 9-0. Conestoga 7-3. Matt, what do we got set up for us today?
Like you mentioned, undefeated Humber Hawks team taking on a Conestoga squad that has won 7 in a row after dropping the first 3 games of their regular season. So Humber undefeated, but there's something to be said for Conestoga's win streak. And over the course of that 7-game winning snap, they have only dropped 3 sets. So that is certainly boding well for this Conestoga team coming in here hoping to upset the number 4th ranked team in the nation, Humber Hawks. This is Humber's last home game of 2024 until the month of January when they get back here in the Hawks Nest. For Conestoga, this is their final match until January 11th. So this is really going to set the tone for that 5-6 week layoff for this Conestoga team. We'll see how they can perform here tonight.
Conestoga Condors and your Humber Hawks! Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your officials for the game. First referee, Mike Cho. Second referee, Ryan McDoom. And the line judges are Lucas Felice and Steve Felice. Please welcome the starting lineups. Firstly, for the Conestoga Condors. Leading off is a 6'4" playing middle from Sudbury, number 1, Nathan Scully. A 6'1" playing left side from Cambridge, number 2, Evan Kritz. A 5'9" setter from Kitchener, number 9, Yannick Kraus. A 6'4" playing right side from Kitchener, number 10, Walker Callan. A 6'5" playing middle from Kitchener, number 12, Ben Morlink. And a 5'11" playing left side from Markham is number 13, Tyrell Belgrove. The libero for the game is a 5'11" from Kitchener, number 8, Ryan Hagbert. The head coach for the Conestoga Condors is Jordan Kerdick.
So, Matt, as both of these teams take the court, like you mentioned, Humber still undefeated. And not only undefeated, but ranked 4th on the national rankings right now. So Conestoga maybe a bit of a mountain to climb, but on a 7-game win streak, they're coming into it at the high point of their confidence right now.
Yes, sir, but they are taking on, they know, a tough opponent. We highlighted that national ranking. Number 4th in the whole country is this Humber team. And at the helm for the Hawks is Wayne Wilkins, 29 years. His team has won a number of provincial championships, a national championship under his leadership as head coach. And also they have won 4 consecutive provincial championships, looking to make it number 5 this season. On the other side, Jordan Kurdick is the head coach of this Conestoga team, alongside, in his first year, his entire coaching staff in their first year at the helm. So that's the tale of the tape. We're underway.
And the initial serve from Yannick Kraus is an ace, just getting by the right hand of number 16, Taven Blackmore. So a quick start for Conestoga.
Yeah, that's definitely how Conestoga wanted to start. The early point, catching the Hawks snoozing a little bit.
And a good setup. The spike from Blackmore going to be whistled down. Humber's point. Net violation.
Now Conestoga not guilty of too many errors. They're kind of in the middle of the pack when it comes to errors committed on the season. Meanwhile, for the Hawks, they are best in the OCAA in terms of committing the least amount of errors, only 78 on the campaign.
As Josh Nicholson's serve is going to go a little long there. And Conestoga will take possession back with Terrell Belgrove. Belgrove's serve handled. There's up, and Taven Blackmore. So much power, but just a little long.
Boy, it wasn't off by much, and Blackmore is one of the more outstanding offensive players in the OCAA. Maybe you could just say one of the most outstanding players, period, and we'll see if he can do his typical moves today and just be an absolute weapon for Humber. So far, it's Conestoga will with a little bit of an edge early.
A really nice serve there from Belgrove. You could see the power. Humber just unable to handle it, and a quick 3-point lead for the Conestoga Condors. Here's Belgrove again. Handled by Humber. And Alec Loney is going to get Humber's first kill of the night with an emphatic smash.
Yeah, Loney, big point there for Humber, as Humber with their second point of the set. And Blackmore is a very dangerous weapon from the service line as well. Let's see what he can pull off here as the Hawks look to tie things up.
Service just a bit long. So Conestoga going to regain possession and that 3-point lead as Nathan Scully gets set to serve.
Yeah, right now it's Conestoga who certainly looks like they come into the game with their ducks in a row, looking to build on their lead.
Handled by Humber, and a nice kill from Michael McAlpine.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot there from McAlpine. This is a young man who has been with the Hawks for 3 years now. His rookie campaign was absolutely outstanding. Great contributions last year as well, and still riding that wave here this year.
And Humber with possession. There's McAlpine again. That goes long. So 6-3 Conestoga.
Yeah, so Conestoga with a 3-point lead and 6 points scored, and not a single kill registered on the board for anybody on the floor for Conestoga. So they're getting it done in other ways right now off the net.
And what a setup, and what a smash from Nazir Francis. And you talked about how Conestoga 6 points, no kills. These two teams are scoring points in drastically different ways right now. Humber, a couple of highlight reel kills early on. And McAlpin with the serve is into the net. So once again, Conestoga going to be handed a point here.
Yeah, that has been a factor for sure here early in the match. 7-4. You know, Will, a lot of parallels between the Humber men and women's team, both undefeated, both ranked number 4 in the nation in their respective gender categories. And we'll see if, like the women's team, the Humber fellas can improve to 10-0 on the season. Another big shot from Francis.
Yeah, just calm, cool, and collected from the Hawks there. Nazir Francis is going to pick up his second kill early on, cut the lead down to 2. But you know, you mentioned how both men's and women's teams ranked 4th in the nation. I really had to double check that today. I thought that I was looking at the same rankings, but no.
No parallels. And both teams coached by a member of the Wilkins family. Coach Wayne Wilkins, 29 years at the helm for the men's team. Chris on the women's side has done an outstanding job. So the parallels are endless, Will. We can put a button on it there. We can go all night.
The serve there from Belmullen. Blackmore gets high. And point goes to Humber. It's a lift.
Now, that was close, right? The Condors looked like they might have had the scramble work out for them, but the ball handling violation brings Humber within 2.
And Francis with the serve now. And a really nice play from Conestoga.
Yeah, no question, partner. And that's going to be that 3-point lead back in effect here. Humber have still found themselves kind of trailing throughout this set as Blackmore plays that up.
Plays over to McAlpin, a good strike handled by Conestoga. Back over, it's a nice block from McAlpin. Blackmore's going to get up. And some chaos around the net will result in a ball handling violation and a point for Conestoga.
Yeah, so back and forth play, and the cushion for this Condors team continues to grow.
Yeah, a 3-point cushion now as that serve goes out of bounds. And Josh Nicholson is going to step up to the service line. And a really nice play from David Blackmore there. Really nice awareness.
Yeah, that time Tay just using the vertical to his advantage and getting right on top of that one. Now Nicholson serves.
Handled by Conestoga. And the block won't work out for the Hawks, as Conestoga going to keep that 3-point cushion here.
Hawks are kind of battling back here, but they're going to have to get fired up. They don't want Conestoga to kind of get comfortable in the driver's seat, build their confidence. Humber needs to rely on some of those key players to get the party started, and the service error will help their cause.
Yeah, maybe an opportunity there as Belgrove's going to commit a service error, and Taven Blackmore getting a chance at the service line now.
So first serve of the match, he sent it long. See if he can dial in. He is a young man that has piled up the service aces this year.
And it's a good serve there, handled by Conestoga. Flipped over the net, good awareness. Michael McAlpin's just gonna kind of take that off the fingers, unable to get it over the net. So Conestoga are gonna get that point right back. And Matt, we're not seeing a whole lot of lengthy rallies in this game so far. It kind of seems like these points are getting created quickly.
Yeah, no question. And for Conestoga, they've benefited from some miscues committed by Humber, but for the Hawks, it has been that right there, the bread and butter, the big smashes. And if the shot from Francis wasn't enough to take care of the point, net violation is also charged against Conestoga.
The serve from Loney here. A good dig from Conestoga, sent back over. Blackmore's gonna handle it. And KGP, second kill in a row. You could see they flipped up the fake to Nazir Francis.
Yeah, with a 1-2 punch there. You know, you talk about depth and how many weapons Humber has to work with. So many dangerous men on the floor right now for the team in the white uniforms as Loney mishits it. But you know, well, I'm excited to see if Humber is going to be able to kind of turn it on here, right? This is a 9-0 season, and for Humber, they have not done a lot of losing in terms of their set record. I mean, that has been outstanding.
Good service there. And once again, it's a nice kill from the Hawks. This time, Nazir Francis. Conestoga just unable to handle the power. And Michael McAlpin now.
Yeah, McAlpine serving, and that's another strong part of his game. It's a good-looking one right there. Wow, good heart by Segui.
Set up for Gray Phillips. And it's just going to go long. But you're right, what a save from Alex Segui there. That ball was flying out of bounds.
Yeah, that point ends up going to Humber, and Conestoga not happy about it, but the Hawks, thanks to a net violation, are now all tied up, and maybe that was the spark now. Tied back up right where we started. Can McAlpine help lead a charge for the home team?
And his service just a little long there. So once again, possession flipping back and forth quickly here. We really haven't seen either team go on a substantial run. Obviously a 1-point difference right now.
Evan Kuritz serving now. Third-year guy.
It's a nice service, handled by Blackmore. Up to KGP. Sent back over the net by Conestoga. A really nice fake set there results in a Blackmore kill, and that was pretty.
I think it landed.
It did.
Out of play, though.
Yep.
It's always so dramatic when he steps in, right? He's got such a vertical leap. The athleticism is really true to roof, you might say, but that time off target, and Conestoga back up by 2.
Serve there from Kritz is also going to be wide.
Well, Humber now, I think it's huge, Will, for the Hawks to tie things back up, and, you know, trailing the whole set, that's not the dynamic Humber is comfortable with, or that they've really been in that position all season long. It just hasn't happened all that often. Hoping they can tie things up and get on a run.
It's a good serve, but Conestoga's going to get a good chance. And a little miscommunication at the net, maybe. Results in a net error. So Humber is going to pull even for the first time since the beginning of this set. And now with back-to-back serves, here's an opportunity for Kyle Gray Phillips.
Conestoga has been suffering a lot of self-inflicted kind of issues here. A lot of violations in this first set, keeping Humber in it, really.
Played around to Blackmore.
Another one, Will.
Another net violation.
Now, you take the 4 or 5 net violations, and then it would be a whole different complexion. But now another violation now gives Humber a lead here with Kyle Gray Phillips. A chance to try to give Humber a spark.
Yeah, Conestoga certainly opening the door for Humber to come back into this one, and now some scattered play and a double hit to Conestoga. So another point just given to Humber. Kyle Gray Phillips serving his 4th point in a row now, and here's that run that we talked about we haven't seen.
So critical moment in this set. Kyle Gray Phillips continuing to blast it from the service line. That one grazes the roof.
And so much power on that serve. The dig ends up sending the ball to the roof, and a timeout is called. As Humber a 3-point lead now. And Matt, what have you seen so far?
Well, you know, I think Conestoga is kind of letting a beautiful thing start to slip away, and really their own doing. I mean, what a strong start to the match for Conestoga, and right away it was that first serve that really caught Humber sleeping, right? A service ace to open things up. Head coach, first-year head coach, Jordan Kurdick, has certainly had to like a lot of what he's seen in this first set, but Will, the errors and the violations starting to pile up for Conestoga, and that has absolutely changed the scene. And now Humber, with a few opportune offensive plays, have now find themselves in a 3-point margin of a lead here. And on the other side, Wayne Wilkins, maybe a little frustration in that slow start, but his team looks like they're starting to settle in. And you look at a team like that with so much depth, you know, there's some real good players for Humber we haven't even seen hit the floor yet. And right now the Hawks appear to have found their stride a little bit, but timeout was called by Conestoga. We'll see if that's able to kind of get the Condors back on track. But KGP is still serving, and some of these serves have looked pretty deadly.
I mean, that last one, Conestoga simply unable to handle it, and here comes the next one. And once again, it's a good serve. And good dig there from McAlpine. Blackmore's going to guide that over the net. Another good dig. And the set for Francis just a little early, or maybe the jump was a little early, but a bit of miscommunication. It gives the Condors the ball back. And now Belmoent serving.
This is what Conestoga wanted. Humber's got to be careful not to let their opponent back in the game. Service error takes a little bit of wind out of the sails for the Condors. So far, been a good battle of the birds here in the Hawks' Nest. And Humber is the team with the momentum right now. Let's see if they can keep it.
Francis with a nice serve. And good block there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Into the crowd goes Alec Loney, my goodness.
No, that was Michael McAlpine is diving in the crowd there. I thought he would have been well served to just keep his hands off that shot. I thought it was well out of play. But that's a big point for Conestoga. Seems to be a little confusion on the court right now.
Good serve from Yannick Kraus. And a good block from Conestoga, and they'll get the ball back. And Matt, you might have been onto something with that timeout. Changing momentum, stopping the play. Because it's been all Conestoga since then, and they've clawed their way back to a 1-point deficit. Soft serve there, handled by Humber. And just an opportune offensive play is going to beat the Humber defenders and tie this game back up.
Yeah, there it is, tied back up, getting late in the set. Pressure mounting here. What a big set victory this would be for Conestoga to really leave their stamp on the early part of this match.
And another quick offensive point for Conestoga, just taking advantage of a slow shot coming over the net, and Humber is going to take a timeout now.
We have got a ball game, partner. This is coming right down to the wire for this first set, 20-19. So teams have started to trade leads, right? For a while, it was very clear that Conestoga was kind of in the driver's seat in this set. Humber landed some pretty heavy counter punches. But now it's kind of a slugfest here, and it's a 1-point lead for the visiting team, and we'll see how Coach Wilkins, and there's his assistant Hank Ma on your shot there, and breaking the huddle. And boy, Will, I would like to see some of the offensive leaders. I think it's been a little quiet for Tay Blackmore, right? Only 1 kill so far. He's done some great defensive play, a couple of good-looking plays to keep some rallies alive. But for Blackmore, this is a player that leads the OCAA in kills per set, and you know it's not even close. 4 kills per set for Blackmore. And
Leads the team by a significant amount,
yes,
as
that's
you
right.
said. There's the serve from Conestoga, handled by Blackmore. Comes back to him, a strong block. Nicholson's going to set up McAlpine. Good recovery there from Conestoga. And
There it is.
A really well-placed strike from Taven Blackmore there.
And a quick correction, he is not the leader in the OCAA, but Blackmore second in the OCAA, nothing to sneeze at, but is the leader on his team by quite a large margin. So for him to step up late in the set like that, get the tying point, 20-20 is our score, and that sets up Hewitt with the chance to lead Humber, maybe put them a little bit of an edge here and break this tie.
Hewitt with the serve for Humber there. And it's a good save. McAlpine's going to get it over the net. A little bit of panic from Conestoga here. Gently sent over by Caleb Hewitt. That's Hewitt. I apologize. I am French.
Wow, look at that, partner. Humber coming together with some big plays late in the set. One more look here on the HSN replay.
And what a save.
Yeah. And McAlpine dumping it in. A block.
With the strong left hand. Another good block there.
That's major.
This time from Alex Loney.
Yeah, Loney with a huge play at the net. That was just a solo effort, right? He was the only man standing and all over it with a giant block. Now Hewitt back to serve.
Not Hewitt.
They send it long. Yeah, Humber's getting the point. Oh, correction is being made.
And it's gonna go Conestoga's way.
These are big points, Will. We're right here at the home stretch. It's kind of like the 2-minute warning right now in this first set.
And in case you aren't aware, watching at home, you do need to win by 2 in volleyball. So if this match gets to a point where it's tied at 24, the 25th point will not secure the set for either team.
There's Blackmore with another big blast late in the set. You know, if your star player is going to take a little bit to get going, no better time than towards the end of the set to find his stride and maybe make that difference. Blackmore now with the serve, Will, so maybe even an opportunity to spark some more points for Humber.
It's a well-placed serve there. Sent back over. Humber gets a piece of it, but not able to handle it. So Conestoga bring themselves to within 1, 23-22.
Yeah, it's got that slugfest vibe, and that time the counterpunch from the Condors. They're still down by 1, though. This is a big serve coming up from Nathan Scully.
And the service error is going to give Humber back that 2-point lead. So here is Alec Loney at set point. It's a good serve, not a chance for Conestoga. Humber is going to take the first set, 25-22. And Matt, there were some scary moments there.
Yeah, Humber was certainly tested early in that set. Loney with some huge plays all the way through. He had that big block late in this set. An absolute dime from the service line there to finish it off. I mean, my goodness, that was disrespectful, the amount of mustard he put on that one. Too hot to handle, and that gives Humber a first set victory. But like you highlighted, there was definitely some moments for Humber where it looked like, were they going to get it going there, or was Conestoga kind of destined to capture the first set victory? Well, Humber was able to flip the script, turn the tide, and Mana and company are feeling good here as the teams change sides.
Yeah, I think Humber has to feel great about the resiliency they showed in that set there. Like you said, it's a position trailing for the majority of the set. It's a position they're not comfortable being in, but a learning experience it must have been, and one that they did learn from, eventually taking that lead back and winning this set in emphatic fashion. The dramatic kill and then a dramatic service ace from Alec Loney.
Yeah, this is a Humber team that have only lost 2 sets all year, so you kind of get unfamiliar with what it's like. You know, players that are on dominant teams that, you know, have that undefeated record deep into the regular season, like Humber, you know, time and time again, it really becomes a situation where you just never get exposure to being down. And luckily for Humber, they were able to kind of tighten up and avoid having to wander into that kind of territory. But Hawks with the 1-set lead, but you got to imagine Coach Jordan Kerdick is really gonna have a lot of positives to draw on there. You know, they had Humber right where they wanted them for a good chunk of that set, but when it mattered most, guys like Tay Blackmore, Loney, McAlpine coming through big and giving Humber the edge. So clean slate, second set on the way. We'll see if Humber can perhaps fight off another tough charge from the Condors.
You have to imagine that Conestoga coach Jordan Kerdick is really trying to tell his team or show his team how many points they gave away in that set. Right? I think a lot of the momentum shift had to do with things that were avoidable for Conestoga, handing Humber the points that allowed them to get back into that set and eventually win it. These are things that they can control. They can't give up the game on unforced errors like that.
That's a great point, partner. That was really a difference maker, allowing Humber back into that set. And you got to think, if Conestoga can start the way they played earlier in the game, and if they're able to find a way to really kind of avoid making those errors and really beating themselves, it could be a much different volleyball match. We'll see how it shakes out here, moments away from getting this second set going.
And Josh Nicholson gonna get the opening serve of the second set.
We're on the eve tonight of American Thanksgiving, partner. Black Friday deals.
As we say in Canada, Thursday.
Hey, there's a lot of football on from wall to wall tomorrow, so that's more than just a regular Thursday for me.
And a strong kill from Michael McAlpine right away. My goodness, finding the gap and making no mistake. Gonna send Nicholson back to the service line.
Humber got off to a pretty slow start in that opening set, right? So big for them to get the first point. Nicholson's gonna hand one back there with the error, but see if Humber can start a little better, or does Conestoga sort of dictate the action early on?
Yeah, you saw in that first set a really quick ace from Conestoga, kind of catching the Humber Hawks sleeping. A different story so far. Served up, Blackmore.
Seemingly pausing in midair, unbelievable.
He nailed it there. He is a Hawk. And a big block there from Alec Loney that's going to go out of bounds. I think he might have taken that one off the forehead, honestly.
You know, speaking of Blackmore's athleticism, we just saw him with a pretty impressive vertical leap right in front of us. I saw Blackmore pre-game kind of on his own in a quiet part of the gym, meditating. So incorporating a little bit of that into his technique and approach to playing volleyball. It seems to be working for him. He's one of the most effective offensive players in the OCAA. That time it's some good offense by Conestoga getting it done, but
take
second
a look at the replay there, yeah. And it's a good set. And a strong strike. Sorry, that was the play a couple of plays ago. And wow, Conestoga in desperation getting it back over. Loney's gonna get another crack on it. This time he'll get the job done. The first smash didn't go. Conestoga got it over and he made no mistake on the second. And Taven Blackmore with the service now. A different breed, as you may have just
Yeah, he's got some
revealed.
Hawk DNA with the way he's taking flight. Big service effort there from Blackmore, and he's gonna tie the game up with that one. And now a chance to uncork another one of his signature serves.
And that's gonna go just out of bounds.
I think also he was called for stepping on the line, and I think it's a good call because I felt like he may have journeyed a little too far on that service setup there, and the official agreed.
You've always had the better eye than I, Matt.
It's all I got. Can't do math, but my eyeballs work just fine.
The dig from Nicholson there gonna go out of bounds, and Conestoga gonna take an early 5-3 lead in this second set. Service coming from Terrell Belgrove now. Let's see, Belgrove had a couple of errors in that first set that were costly to Conestoga. That won't be one of them. A good set for Blackmore, my goodness.
Hachi Machi, that was an absolute beautiful strike there from number 16. And now Loney, you can see how hyped up the Humber bench got there. Loney had a massive service ace to end off that first set. Let's see what he can dial up here. Wow.
The power, unreal. Conestoga, lucky they got it over. Blackmore again. Oh my. Terrell Belgrove falls back like he was shot. And what a kill from Taven Blackmore. And that is pure entertainment.
Loney, what can he get going here? Another good looking serve. What a sequence of play for Humber.
Really nice play from Belgrove, trying to trick the Hawks there, but a better play from Nicholson, realizing it, comes across. And it's going to be Humber's point.
So that's one of the earlier infractions for Conestoga here in this set, and hasn't been as much of a problem early on, but we know in that first set, a lot of errors and violations committed by the Condors. We'll see if that pattern reemerges.
Loney with the serve now. It's another good one. And a good block from the duo of Nazir Francis and Kyle Gray Phillips will shut down that offensive opportunity. And Humber now on a 4-point run, leading 7-5. And here's Loney once again. Oh my. And another unbelievable serve. I honestly, Matt, I don't know how you stop that.
I mean, I don't know if the Conestoga Condors have an answer either right now. They're going to call a timeout, and I think that is probably the best thing to do right now. Loney is absolutely dialed in with the serves. We saw it with that set point in the opening frame, and now early in the second set, Loney is back on that service grind. It is unbelievable right now, the power he's able to put on it. And when Conestoga does return it, we're just getting some more outstanding plays from other members of the Hawks. There's Coach Wilkins there, kneeled down in the huddle. And he's got to like the way Humber has kind of flipped the script a little bit, right? They were lagging a little slow in the opening frame. Coach Wilkins has got his team all fired up here early in this one. Humber in their final home game of this part of the regular season, right? This is going to be Humber's second last game of 2024. They're going to be on the road versus St. Clair on Saturday, and then on that Saturday game, November 30th, they will have, after that, a break and wait all the way until January 8th for their next game. These student athletes get a little break in the month of December.
Maybe more than a little break, almost 5 weeks. It's a pretty significant break. And there's another ridiculous serve from Alec Loney. And a great kill from Nazir Francis.
And one of the rare instances when the timeout does not seem to work for the team who calls it, as Conestoga will have to regroup once again with Humber's lead now up to 4.
And Loney once again at the service line. And finally, an error will be made, as that was 6 or 7 serves in a row.
Well, it seems fitting. The only person that was able to stop that run of serves from Alec Loney was the man himself. The miscue will pump the brakes on that. Serve on the way here from Nathan Scully.
Handled by KGP. McAlpine, his shot is deflected, and Conestoga's going to reset. Nicholson back to Blackmore. A really nice set to
No kidding.
Gray Phillips there. Nicholson high to Gray Phillips again, and that one's just going to be long. But what a set there from Tatum Blackmore, going cross court to find KGP.
And it was such a great setup there, and I don't know, maybe KGP just wasn't fully expecting a bump set from the very back line to be so on point. Didn't quite get a great hit on it. Conestoga ultimately coming away with the point.
Another good play from Humber there. Whoa! As, oh my! Terrell Belgrove goes flying over the bench.
And just glad he's okay, but not able to make a play on it, but still showing all that determination, leaping over the bench and the trainer's table. I couldn't leap over any single one of those things, let alone both in one go. Humber up by 3.
Sacrifice life and limb, as that spike will go out of bounds for Humber's point. So 11-7 for Humber now. Michael McAlpine back at the service line.
No, they're going to give the point now, to Conestoga. They've just changed.
Correction there. So it'll be Walker Callan serving now. So 10-8, not 11-7. Here's the set. Deflected by Conestoga, back over. A good block and recovery from Nicholson, sends it over to Gray Phillips, but just a little long.
That's a couple of hits from Kyle Gray Phillips here in the last few plays that he's uncorked a little long, but Humber's still up by a single, but a door is opened right now for Conestoga to maybe get themselves out in front here in set number 2.
Yeah, the momentum not consistent, flipping back and forth. Here's another set for Gray Phillips. This time he goes softly. Handled by the Condors.
Oh, good bounce there for Conestoga.
Yeah, McAlpine handled it nicely. And it's going to be called Conestoga's point off the fingers of a Humber Hawk.
You got the head official there, able to get eyes on that one, and we're all knotted up at 10.
And Callan's going to go for his 3rd consecutive serve. This one's handled easily. And KGP won't make a mistake there. Right in the line.
Yeah, that's the Kyle Gray Phillips we're used to seeing. Dialed that one in. And this is a great match we have in front of us. The battle of the 1st and 2nd place teams in the OCAA West Division. Last year it was Conestoga who finished the regular season in 1st place with a 14-4 record. They're 7-3, and as we've highlighted earlier, they're on a 7-game win streak. So certainly playing like it, right? They are, as you can see by the score, neck and neck with Humber. Very, very close in that first set, but Humber did get it done. Conestoga looking to answer back here.
Handled nicely by Sidoff. Back over the Conestoga end. And it's going to be a net violation from Nazir Francis. And he is not happy about it. So Conestoga going to take their first lead of the set. And it feels like all the momentum that Humber built in the first half of this set is maybe falling apart. Here's the service, handled by Seidov again. Nicholson serves it to Blackmore. My goodness, the airtime. Nice strike from Francis. Gray Phillips is going to take that off the chin. And Taven Blackmore, another kill as the block can't be handled by Conestoga. And how about that airtime, Matt?
Yeah, and Humber's really setting up Blackmore with a lot of chances, and he delivered in a big way that time. There was also a net violation called against Conestoga, so worth noting. We talked about how some of those violations and errors kind of ended up being quite an issue for Conestoga in the opening set. Oh.
My goodness, I would not want to be a foot away from that strike. And you can see Tay giving number 9, Yannick Kraus, a little kudos after that play as he took it right off the dome. But Humber's going to keep possession, now having retaken their lead, 13-12.
Blackmore with a game-high 7 kills on the floor right now.
And that service error is going to give the point back to Conestoga. And we mentioned earlier that Tay Blackmore averages about 4 kills a set. The Humber Hawks only average about 3 sets a game. So 12 kills is a pretty normal number in a match for Taven Blackmore. Really nice play from Conestoga. Just to subvert expectations, play it softly.
Yeah,
Seidov was there.
Sliding in there, sliding in those DMs, but not able to get a reply as the ball just sort of putters off his hands.
Into the crowd now. Deflects that ball, so back-to-back points for the Condors.
2-point lead for the visiting team here, Will, and you can see the momentum shift. It feels kind of up in the air, but this is a good chance for Conestoga to kind of wrestle away some of that momentum.
Strong strike from Blackmore, but Conestoga is going to do a good job of handling it. Nice play from Nicholson to put that over the net. Back to Blackmore. Conestoga can't get there. Hawks will get possession back, cut that deficit to just 1 point. Nicholson with the serve now. It's gentle. Played up high. Belgrove goes for the kill, but the twin towers of Alec Loney and Michael McAlpine will have none of it. Nicholson, another floater. This time, Belgrove will get past the blockers, but what a save.
Nicholson another big
again.
play.
And Josh Nicholson diving in from Narnia, trying to complete a 3rd play there, but
yeah, that boy's got some spring in his step.
My goodness.
Sliding into action, but not able on that last one there to get in reach.
Reaction
but
time,
I don't know how he's
unreal.
able to cover that kind of ground, Will. Amazing.
I can't move that fast, Matt. Not unless there's serious incentive.
Slice of pizza on me, waiting for you on the other end of it.
Or like a bear.
Chasing.
Good service there. Nicholson serves it up. Loney just wide.
Well,
But
been
a nice
amazing
play.
to see Loney. Sorry for cutting you off, partner, but just Loney with another near beautiful strike. I mean, the development of number 11 has been remarkable to see in his time at Humber, and he's having a big game here today.
Yeah, he's been arguably the most notable player here on this Hawks team so far. Obviously, Taven Blackmore can fly, literally. And another strike from McAlpine goes a little long there.
This is big now, though.
This is
Conestoga up by 3. And we're getting into the fourth quarter of this set, if you will, and it's crunch time. Kraus with a chance to grow this lead.
And that one's handled by KGP. Blackmore getting Humber back into it. And like you said, getting into the back half of this set now. Every point is important. Down by 2 now. Humber needs to keep possession for a little while here and take a lead back. Blackmore, good serve, just over the net. Belgrove's attempted kill will be handled, and oh my! Kyle Gray Phillips, what a strike, splitting the defenders.
Another one of those weapons for Humber. I mean, a point ago, though, it was Blackmore up front at the net, and I think I saw a member of the Condors kind of shrug his shoulders after Blackmore came flying in there with the kill and just kind of got like, what? I don't know. What do you want me to do? Blackmore is almost, when he gets set up well, it's kind of no question about it. He's going to give a very, very difficult shot to contend with. And that time, it's going to kind of just bounce there. And another point for Conestoga as we're creeping towards the end of the set here.
And we talked about Humber really would have liked to keep possession for a little while, really get themselves back into the swing of things, really try and build some momentum. But unfortunately, Conestoga going to regain possession, and Terrell Belgrove once again at the service line. There's the service handled by Blackmore. Nicholson serves it up for McAlpine, and that one's going to be deflected out of bounds. So Humber now another opportunity to do what we just talked about, take this momentum back.
And who else but Alec Loney's had some absolutely terrifying serves today. If you're a member of the Condors, there's another one. Wow.
I would even say if you're anyone in this gym, that serve is a little terrifying.
Keep an eye on my laptop if one of these things gets ricocheted. But all for naught, though, as the blistering serve is handled and Conestoga able to wrestle that point away. 2-point lead as Conestoga hopes to capture another 5 points and tie this game up at 1 set apiece.
You know, we asked earlier, how do you stop a serve with that much power? I think Conestoga just answered it. A hope, a prayer, and a little bit of luck. McAlpine with McAlpine with a strong strike, beating every defender and finding that far left corner. He'll send himself to the service line now.
And he's got some skills with the serve. Let's see if he can get that going here, tied things up.
It's a good serve handled by Belgrove. A good block by Nazir Francis, but Nicholson just couldn't get there that time. Certainly not from a lack of effort, as you can see the amount of holes in his compression sleeve on that right leg. The knee is destroyed. Nicholson, really nice serve. A really nice set, sorry. And Nazir Francis is going to take care of that easily.
Yeah, that was a major league shot right there from Francis. Teams kind of trading points right now. Humber still finds himself trailing. Coach Wilkins wants to see his team get it, pop in here and stop this come from behind angle right now and maybe string together a few points and take that lead.
Paul Manna serving now. And it's a good serve just over the net. Barely handled by Conestoga. And Tay Blackmore with the left hand. Are you kidding me? the style, the swagger, what have you.
Big shot to tie it up here, 21s aside.
And we talked about kind of neither team has managed to go on a significant run. Humber kind of on the cusp of one now. And a big block there, and it's actually going to be a net.
Fourth touch, I think. Maybe the shot was not ultimately blocked by Humber. So now the Hawks with the lead, and this is kind of what we saw in the first set. Humber was in trouble, but they pulled it together late in the set. Can they do that once again? Mana with the serve.
And it's another nice one. But, oh my, what a play from Conestoga, and what a finish from Terrell Belgrove. As he's gonna split the whole squad and go straight down the middle to tie this game back up. And to send Evan Kritz to the service line. That serve just out of bounds.
Yeah, too long that time, and we are getting into some very thin margin for error kind of spot in this set.
Yeah, and you wonder if 25 is going to be the winning number, or if this set's going to need more. Good poise from Humber to keep that alive, and Nicholson, oh my! Stephen Curry with the arc, going above the entire Conestoga Condors squad and dropping that in
doing
just
kind of
south of the border.
A Legolas celebration at the end there as Humber now on the doorstep. Set point on the line and a yellow card issued to the Condors after approaching the official after the point.
And Nazir Francis with the serve now. Set point, sorry. It's handled by Conestoga and sent up. It's the strike from Belgrove. Good stop there from Humber. Back to Blackmore, but just long.
Not able to get that one. I wasn't sure if it maybe grazed some fingertips, but Blackmore just blasting it long that time. See if Tay, Humber's leader offensively, can get it figured out here in crunch time.
And the Hawks here are going to call a timeout. Up 24-23. The next point could be the one that wins the set, or it couldn't be.
That's accurate, partner.
The world is black and white, don't you know, Matt?
Yeah, those are our two options. And for Humber, boy, oh boy, you know, they don't want to miss this opportunity. 1 point away, and there's the fellas line up in there right now, getting a little bit of a breather with Coach Wilkins, able to give them some last bits of direction. But, you know, you could imagine, well, if Humber lets this slip away and then they find themselves all tied up at one set apiece, and we got a whole different game. This is a Humber squad, like we mentioned earlier. They've only lost 2 sets in the course of 9 games, so 27 set wins compared to 2 set losses. Just a position they have not found themselves in much this season, but we knew this was going to be a good game because Conestoga, second place in the OCAA West Division. And we have a barn burner. This one coming right down to the wire. The number 1 ranked team in the province, Humber Hawks, number 4 in the nation, taking on the number 5th ranked team. It's a Conestoga team that finished in first place in the West Division last year, but did not come home with a medal. It was Humber able to capture provincial gold last year, hoping to capture the set right now.
Serve from Stover there, sent back over by the Hawks. And it's going to be Humber's point. And Humber will win the set in not so dramatic fashion, as it's an error that gives them the win, but avoiding that 1-1 set tie situation that you just brought up, it is now a commanding 2-0 lead. And you know, Matt, you just mentioned that the Hawks have only lost 2 sets all season long. I don't know if this is a factor or not, but both of those lost sets did come in their last 4 games. So certainly the first half of their season has been a little bit more dominant than the second half. Certainly in this game, we're seeing Conestoga come in and really put up a fight, really show that they belong here.
Absolutely, and I don't even think that was much of a concern coming into this game for Conestoga. They know that they have a solid team, and they are hoping to give Humber that first blemish on the record this year, as the Hawks have yet to lose a match. Well, like we've highlighted, they have lost a pair of sets in this excellent start to the campaign. But will Humber's final home game until January, so hoping to finish off here on familiar territory on a good note. Coach Jordan Kurdick, first year at the helm of the program, has done a great job in his rookie head coaching campaign with the Conestoga team.
Yeah, obviously a young coach, a recently retired athlete, you have to think.
He's got some great sneakers as well. You got to respect that. Some Nikes. You'll get a good look in a moment. But there's a look at our fans in the stands. And folks, we have a great atmosphere here for some volleyball tonight. But Will, Saturday night is all right for a basketball matchup here in the Hawks Nest. OCAA action for the men's basketball side of things. The #1 ranked team in the country, St. Clair Saints, are coming into this gym against the #4 ranked team in the nation, Humber Hawks. So that will be an absolute doozy. I believe that one's scheduled for a 5 o'clock start time. The women's game is going to be at 3, but this will be an environment that should be absolutely packed out on Saturday. Whether you want to come down or just watch it here on the Hawks Sports Network, it's going to be electric. So looking forward to that one. I know you are as well, Will.
It is can't miss television. I'll be here reporting on the game for HSN, but even if I wasn't scheduled, I would be here anyway.
That's how you know it's good stuff, you know, and you come out and the prospect of getting paid isn't on the table, Will. I know that there are just so many fun OCAA matchups you can catch here in the Hawks Nest. The popcorn doesn't hurt either.
Yeah, the popcorn is free, folks. Come on down.
Yes.
We start with the proceedings of the third set, serving number 9, Yannick Kraus.
So Yannick Kraus with the first serve of this third set.
Now, this is really quite the test for Conestoga, right? They find themselves now down in a 2-0 hole after some heartbreaking and backbreaking action in the first and second set, where Humber was able to capture the victories. But can Conestoga regroup, or can Humber just kind of slam the door shut here?
It's a really nice play there from Nicholson, just getting that back over the net. And a good block there. The point is going to go to Conestoga. So Conestoga will draw first blood in this third set. Take a 1-0 lead. Here's Kraus with his second serve. Skips over the net, handled by Blackmore. And what a play from Loney. Alec Loney with the awareness just to send that over the net softly, subvert the expectations of the Conestoga Condors. And Nicholson with the serve.
Loney, strong play up front there, Will.
Yeah, another really nice reactionary play there, realizing that he doesn't need to bring it back and set things up for a huge smash. Just put it back over, catch him by surprise. And maybe a little miscommunication from the Hawks there. It looked like Kyle Gray-Phillips wanted the dig there.
Oh, and yeah, diving play from Segui, getting the wires crossed, and 2-2 is our score.
And Belgrove with the serve now. skips over the net again. And a strong smash from Blackmore. And some nice awareness from Kyle Gray Phillips. And you could see on his face a little bit of relief when the official agreed with him there. And it is some nice shoes there from the head coach.
I've now gotten a good look at Coach Kurdick's sneakers.
It's a pair of Jordan 1 lows.
I wasn't lying, they're strong.
They're strong. In Conestoga Condors colors, might I add.
Gotta love it.
Some good awareness from the coach there, getting out of the way for his team, and it's going to end up back in the Hawks side. And a good block from Conestoga, but it goes out of bounds, so Humber's point. And Tatum Blackmore with the serve now. Conestoga Condors colors are a nice touch on the footwear, I have to admit. Yeah. It's classy. Good serve from Blackmore,
wow,
handled.
Well handled, yeah. Wow, give credit to Nicholson there. I mean, the way he was able to dig that out, keep it alive for Humber. And Humber ultimately rewarding him with the point.
Yeah, Nicholson's just been all over defensively so far. We talked about the reaction speed, the ability to get from place to place. And the serve from Blackmore into the net. So a better start from Humber in this third set as they got out to an early 5-2 lead, now 5-3 after that last service error. And it'll be Nathan Scully with the serve. It's a good serve, good dig from Blackmore there. Over to McAlpine. A little bit of back and forth action there. And oh my, Alec Loney. He said enough of this loosey-goosey stuff.
His 6th kill of the evening, and my oh my, Loney has been having a night. And I think I got my player of the game prediction locked in, number 11. And he actually leads Humber in service aces, and he has sprinkled in a couple more here tonight, no question about that. Came into tonight leading the team with 16 service aces, and I think he's pushing 20 at this point.
And he's also tied for 5th in the OCAA in service aces, so not only leading Humber, but one of the people leading the league, and KGP with a big smash that Conestoga simply can't handle. McAlpine with the serve. Good dig from Conestoga, and they're going to get the point out of it. A nice strike from number 12, Ben Molink.
No, Will, you look at the provincial championships and Humber capturing the last 4. So on a little bit of a reign of terror right now in the OCAA. And we'll see if they can continue. So far, all signs point to another fabulous looking outlook for Humber, hoping to improve to 10-0 here tonight.
You know, and I wonder, Matt, when was the last time a program had 5 provincial championships in a row? As the service there is going to go out of bounds for Humber. Has it even happened before?
Sheridan captured 6 in a row from 1988 until 1993.
Wow.
So right around the time Prince and Madonna were still releasing hits, we had that.
Big smash from Michael McAlpine there. See a replay of it here. Maybe just the celebration, you can see.
Back in action here as Francis Serving, hoping to lift Humber up to double digits. He will.
Just inbounds. Kind of just finding the line there. And he'll go back to the service line. Humber leading 10-6. 10-7 now after the service error from Nazir Francis.
Yeah, that time looked like he put everything he had into that one. And kind of like when I'm on the tee box at the golf course, just swinging a little too hard and goes astray on me.
Are you not Bryson DeChambeau?
I'm not Alec Loney. Another absolute rifle shot. Goodness gracious.
And he puts those right into the body of the defender, leaving no chance.
Bit of an awkward play at the net, but it's going to be a violation against the Condors.
Yeah,
they are apoplectic.
Maybe.
All in all, it was just kind of an unusual play. Players getting tangled up. Humber, the beneficiary of the call. It happened right in front of us. I still don't know what happened or if the call was good or not, but point for Humber.
All we know is what was called. Good set there for McAlpine and a strong block. Wow, right in bounds.
What a big play there, right? Conestoga feels like clearly they feel like they got hosed on that last play and getting a huge block, and that'll help kind of get the mojo, get the vibes back in a positive direction.
You know, whenever your team feels like they have one of those ball don't lie kind of moments, it kind of energizes everybody.
Right now, Nicholson is helping to clean up. He's been diving all over the court. So that's a little pause and play right now. And we're ready to go. But maybe a little too much time to think about this one from Tyrell Belgrove. We'll see if kind of the sports psychology comes into play here, or if he can just nail this serve for the Condors. They're down by 4.
Well, you'd certainly know more than I would. It's a good service there. It's a nice set for Blackmore, but handled by Conestoga. And that smash is going to go out of bounds, but it did get past the tall line of blockers from Humber. So now up 13-8, taking Blackmore with the serve. Strong serve into the backcourt. Set up for Conestoga. Good blocks from Humber. More blocks from Humber. And a little trick play there. Fooled nobody. Has a good rally going here. Blackmore's going to have to reach for that. Over to Nicholson, softly over the net.
Yeah, you know what? He kind of just gripped it. Kind of squeezed it for one Mississippi before he let go, and that blew that play dead.
And he's going to go over, have a word with the official just for a second, maybe pleading his case, maybe being understanding. But a long rally that goes in favor of Conestoga, maybe the longest rally we've seen in this match so far. That ball switched sides at least 5 or 6 times there before a result will happen. And Nathan Scully with the service. Handled by Sidoff. It's a good set over to McAlpine. And it will go in Humber's favor. A really nice set. They faked that they were throwing it to the left side. It ended up on the right side. And it really ended up back in Humber's possession.
Yeah, that was one of those plays. Give credit to the Condors, not giving up on the play, almost running into the concrete wall to save that rally. Loney wants that back.
Yeah, he does. On the bottom half of the net, not even the top half, and his serves have been so strong all night. And Here's Walker Callan. Good serve. Zier Francis just off the side of his hand. It almost worked out in his favor. There's a good dig from Nicholson. And a strong block from the Conestoga Condors.
Yeah, and staring down the Hawks after as well. That's the big fella, Ben Molink, second-year player, 6'5", and a monster play, and a little bit of flexing on the Hawks after too.
Another serve there, sent right back over. And Conestoga coming within 2 now as we'll see a replay of that. It was a quick smash. Side off just unable to handle it. Once again, Walker Callan. That one's off the net. Maybe a lucky break for the Hawks there, Matt.
Yeah, because the energy from that Conestoga squad, the players on the floor, the players on the bench, they are red hot right now, and a little bit of wind out of the sails there as Humber with a chance with McAlpine.
It's a good service, but handled by Conestoga, and the big man, Ben Molink, a swing and a miss. The Humber bench maybe rocking that Westbrook baby down there.
Yeah, there it is. I'm not sure what the implication is or what the symbolism behind that, but it is goofy, entertaining.
And we appreciate it. Another strong kill there for Conestoga. This time it was Evan Kritz getting up there with power. It's still a game. It's still a game. Nothing has been decided yet.
Yeah, no question. And certainly not expecting Conestoga down by 2 sets to just kind of roll over here in the third. But Humber has been able to hang on to the lead pretty much all the way through so far.
Yeah, even with Conestoga kind of taking some momentum back, a couple of strong possessions, Humber still in the lead. And here are some good plays there.
Wow, this rally's going.
Yeah,
we haven't had many long ones. Oh.
And there it goes, just like that. Luckily, this one goes in Humber's favor, unlike the last long rally. And it's a big point, now up by 4. And you can see how the momentum swings so drastically in a sport like volleyball, where possession can switch so quickly as well. AGP with the serve. Handled by Conestoga, sent out. It's a good dig there. Taven Blackmore sends it back over. Belgrove, just a tap. Back over, and oh my, Taven Blackmore puts an end to that rally in emphatic fashion. Matt, is there a more entertaining player in the OCAA? Taven Blackmore.
Yeah, brought the electricity into the gym on many an occasion here. Kyle Gray Phillips is an outstanding player too, and he's going to get the service ace. Now Humber up by 5 and their largest lead of the set, and a timeout called. Again, my math not strong. Humber actually up by 6 as we head into a Conestoga timeout.
Math might not be great, but you've got a golden voice, Matt. Don't you ever forget that.
Thanks, partner.
And eagle eyes.
But a great game. I mean, check it out. It is coming down to the wire, but we haven't quite seen this dynamic so far, right? To have Humber up by this much at this point in the set, this hasn't happened so far in this match, but here in the third set, Humber with the chance to put this game on ice, and they are sitting pretty, and Coach Wayne Wilkins has got to like where his team is in. There's Tay Blackmore popping into frame there, and he has been a leader for Humber all season long. He has a game-high 12 kills. Got some dancing
looks like he's
going
having
on.
Fun.
Yeah.
And why not when you've got 12 kills and your team's up by 6? in what might be the final set of this match.
And potentially the last set we see Humber play at home until January in 2025, partner.
The quarter-century mark. Calgary Phillips, another serve here. That service ace is what got Conestoga to call the timeout. And it's another good serve. Conestoga scrambling, they get it back over. It's handled by Humber. And Dave Blackmore once again is gonna get Humber the point. This time it's not a kill, but forcing Conestoga to make errors.
Yeah, the lift is the call on that one. And Humber's lead now looking maybe like it's enough. They can even just go tit for tat all the way through. That will be another straight sets victory for Humber.
Yeah, in order for Conestoga to take this set, we would have to see something that we have not seen from Humber yet this season, which is them giving up a significant number of points in a row. And here's a good rally that's gonna end with a Conestoga point. As some frantic back and forth play there. And I believe it's Terrell Belgrove who's gonna get that kill.
Humber sending in Paul Manna. Looks like Kyle Gray Phillips will be checking out for the time being. Coach Wilkins is making that choice while we have a little break in the action. Molink has to wait while we mop up a little sweat on the court. Kyle. Will, here we go, man. 20-14. Conestoga, if there was a chance to get back in the game, it has to really start materializing now.
And that is not going to help, Matt.
Yeah, you said it.
As Molink disappointed coming off the court now.
Thunder Bay's Brock McKenzie checking in. Chance to help put this game away. Good looking serve from McKenzie checking in.
All the way back down, and it's gonna be Conestoga's point as the ball goes off the antenna on the net there. As it went off a hawk last before hitting that antenna. That determines what side the point goes to. And Yannick Kraus.
He might have had a violation against Humber there, then the rotation.
I can't say I saw the ref symbol, but I did just see Conestoga head coach Jordan Kurdick laughing at the call, so he's probably better versed in the sport of volleyball than I, and oh my, Taven Blackmore.
So he's called for the violation, and then he didn't really agree with the call. He wasn't happy with it, and sometimes the best reply is just with your play. And my goodness, late match blast from Blackmore. We've been seeing it all night long, all season long.
And he said, "I'll take that back, sir."
Caleb Hewitt checking into the game as Nicholson heads out.
So Nicholson coming out, Hewitt coming in, and he'll take up at the service line. Soft serve into the front court. Oh my, big diving play from Manna. And that one is gonna go to the Condors off a hawk hand before going out of bounds. Serving is Belgrove. That goes way wide.
That's big. Humber 2 points away here, Will. And what a fitting stamp it would be if Blackmore gets a chance to rifle off 2 serves and put this game away. Humber looking to improve to 10-0 on the season. Not gonna get it off that serve as Blackmore puts it outside.
You know, I was gonna say, if he does finish the game off these 2 next serves, you might have to rethink that player of the game statement from earlier.
He can't get it every time. Well, you got to spread the love a little bit.
Good recovery there from Humber, and there it is. Alec Loney, another kill. And this would be more fitting, Matt, as if Alec Loney ended this match.
You said it. You nailed it, partner. Let's see if Loney can seal the deal here.
And he
perfect.
will. Oh my. Not like the rest of his aces. This one got a piece of the net and just dropped in front of the Conestoga Condors. But nevertheless, the Humber Hawks will win in straight sets, winning the final set 25-18, their largest margin of victory in this match out of the 3 sets. And Matt, we talked about the player of the game a couple of minutes ago. Who's your pick?
Yeah, I think we just saw it right there, the story of the game. In the first set, things were looking real close. Loney had the big run of serves to seal the deal, give Humber a 1-set lead. Then in the second set, Loney was absolutely on point, big shots. Might not have led the team in kills, but I think he led the team in getting it done at those critical times. And that would be my favorite for player of the game. But what a match, and Humber improving to 10-0 as they wrap up the home portion of the first half of the season.
And Humber, now one of only 3 undefeated teams left in Canada. The Red Deer Kings and the College of the Rockies Avalanche being the other 2. So the 4th ranked team in the league gets it, in the CCAA, sorry, gets it done once again. Once again, I am Will Shukri, joined by my partner, Matt Hamill. We would like to thank you for joining us on this wonderful Wednesday evening in the Hawks Nest to witness some fantastic Humber victories. That is all for us. Have a good night.